What's going on, everybody? My name is Monetary, and today I'm bringing you guys my Week 5 team builder of the PPL Division 2. If you guys don't know what the PPL Division 2 is, or what the Pokemon Premier League is, the PPL, please go in the description below. Please check out the Twitter and the YouTube. They will both be there in the description, as I just said. Also, please check out Ruby. His link will also be in the description below, so please check him out. Now, before we actually get into this team builder, I would like to update you guys on this last transfer week. I'm not going to make a whole separate transfer video. I probably could, but I also don't really have the time to at the moment, so I'm just going to do this. I decided to trade away Chandelure and Sneasel for, well, I dropped them and picked up Nidoking, which Juan had actually very recently dropped. So that's really cool. Some might say that Chandelure and Sneasel combined are a little bit better than Nidoking, but some might say like Excadrill kind of does the same thing as Nidoking, but Nidoking is more valuable, I think, than the both of them just on their versatility. It has amazing special offense, it has good physical offense, priority, sucker punch. I'm getting a T-Spiker back that I lost when I traded away Drapion, which is actually good because with other transfers, Toxic Spikes are a little bit more important for this league. It's just so insanely powerful, it's so hard to switch into, it's a pretty good Scarf user, can set up rocks like I said, so I have another rocker. It's just an excellent Pokemon and I'm very happy to have it. And honestly, Chandelure didn't really have a great matchup against most of the other teams. I brought it once and it did nothing, and it's just not gonna do. It didn't seem like it would put in all that much work in future weeks. But yeah, so that is the update on the transfer. So now I am just going to get right up into the team. So we're going to start off with Asian Child the Uxie making its return the first time since I believe week 1. We are running Rocky Helmet again, Levitate, once again fully physically defensive, Foul Play, U-Turn, Toxic, and Stealth Rock. So this is our rocker for this week. Now, looking at Ruby's team, by the way, I didn't go over this earlier, his team has changed massively since the very beginning. He now has Mega Charizard X, Keldeo, Mamoswine, Alakazam, Jolteon, Granbull, Flygon, and Cradily. Now, his team, while still kind of glass cannony, his only real bulk is in Cradily and Granbull, if you want to necessarily call those bulk. Not that Granbull isn't bulky, Granbull is bulky but without recovery, and Cradily I actually kind of like, but other than that, that's really his only bulk. He has a lot of scary offensive threats. Mamoswine, earlier in the draft, I was like, wow, my team gets destroyed by Mamoswine, good thing no one picked that up, and then he took it, so that sucks. Keldeo, if it's Subcombine, could actually be an issue, because as you saw, Uxie is not running a Psychic move. Zardex, if it gets the +1, can potentially sweep me if I let certain things happen. Alakazam is going to be annoying. Jolteon I can deal with relatively well. Flygon is dumb, so I'm not going to talk about it. Though he could very well bring it and actually could be annoying. But similar to Layson's team earlier on in the season, Ruby's only form of hazard removal is Defog Flygon, which isn't really that great of a defogger. So I'm going to go with a similar strategy of hazard stacking. And what I mean is we're going to start with our Stealth Rocks Uxie. Toxic is so that I can wear things down, such as the Zardex, such as the Keldeo potentially, such as the Mamoswine potentially. I can U-turn out on certain things. I can also Toxic the Cradily and beat that 1v1. The Granbull as well. I might have to force it to go for a Heal Bell. Toxic I think is a little bit better than T-Wave, though it would be a little better for the Alakazam, but I can just U-turn out on the Alakazam. So yeah, Toxic is primarily there to just wear those things down. Foul Play also. This is so that I can potentially beat a Dragon Dancing Zard X. It does a very nice chunk to Mamoswine as well. It's a 2-hit KO. And it was just overall better than Knockoff, and it was better than Psychic Stab I could potentially run. Overall, it just hits certain things on his team a lot harder. This is also fully physically defensive, is one of the only things I have to switch into Mamoswine. If it has Knockoff, that'll be a little bit of an issue, but I should be able to take 2, bar it being banded. This also can take hits from Flygon very, very well. It can take a +1 Flare Blitz from Adamant Zard X, and can potentially take 2 Jolly Flare Blitzes unboosted. Also, with the Rocky Helmet, he is going to be taking a lot of damage with the Flare Blitz and then the Rocky Helmet, and then if I'm able to get off a Foul Play, that's going to do even more. So This is why I'm running fully physically defensive Uxie. If he is Adamant Zardex, he will be able to 2-KO me, unfortunately, but like I said, I can take one at +1, I can deal a lot of damage with Foul Play, and after Rocky Helmet and Recoil and the Foul Play, it should go down. If not, I have a couple other things to deal with it. So yeah, this is the Uxie, very important. Main job, get up rocks. Other jobs, switch into the Mammoth Slime, switch into the Zardex. Now, next up, we are bringing my favorite Pokemon, probably, Manaphy. Well, Manaphy, running Leftovers, Surf, Ice Beam, Psychic, Tail Glow. Now, I am running Surf over Scald because, if I go to the team real quick, at +3, I have the, English, I have a much better chance to knock out the Charizard X. He could be running like a Kindness Spadef Zardex, so running Surf would give me a little bit extra power. Keldeo, don't really need to. Mammoth Slime, an unboosted Skull will not kill the Mammoth Slime, but a Surf should. Also at +3, I knock out the Alakazam, blah blah blah, Jolteon. Granbull, sure, Skull would be a little bit better, but it's fine. Flygon, I have Ice Beam for anyway, and Cradily, I have Ice Beam for anyway. So, this is also a very big threat to his team. His team is not, well, it is relatively fast, but his team does not deal with Manaphy super well. Keldeo cannot 2-KO me unless it is Specs, and I can knock it out with a +3 Psychic. Mammoth Slime does not want to take a hit, plus I am, as you can see, my spread here is kind of physically defensive with 250 max defense. This much speed allows me to outspeed the Jolly Mammoth Slime and then 100 special attack. This allows me to not get 2-KO'd by Mammoth Slime if it is not Life Orb or Banded. And if it is Life Orb or Banded, then it will be wearing itself down, and that will be really good because I can switch into Uxie and hit it with Foul Play, wear it down even more. Keep going to that page. I'm just going to move these over here. Let's see. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. Tail Glow, I can set up on most things. I can potentially set up on the Zardex if he's running Dragon Claw over Outrage, so I can take a +1 Outrage. Keldeo, if it is not Specs, like I said earlier, will not be able to 2-KO me. I can set up on the Mammoth Slime. If he's running Natural Gift, Electric or whatever that is, he will not be able to knock me out with that plus Ice Shard. Jolteon, I have to get rid of the Jolteon before that, but he doesn't really want to switch Jolteon directly in because I can 3-KO it if I'm unboosted. Granbull can't really do much to me as well. Flygon does not want to do anything, and Cradily actually can take a +3 Ice Beam and could hit me with their Mirror Coat, so I do have to be very careful about that. But for the most part, Manaphy is a very big threat to his team. It takes hits very well, and it hits back very hard after a Tail Glow. So, next Pokemon we are bringing, very similar to the last week, we are bringing a Choice Scarf Excadrill Mold Breaker with the ability Earthquake, Iron Head, Rock Slide, Rapid Spin, pretty standard spread as well. This is enough speed I need to outspeed. What did I need to outspeed? You know what? I think I can change that. I will change that afterwards to outspeed Jolly Mammoth Slime. I believe I accidentally made it to outspeed Nidoking. No? Yeah, I probably made it to outspeed Nidoking, where I could just use it to outspeed Mammoth Slime, so we'll fix that in a little bit, but it's basically going to be Timid, enough speed to outspeed Jolly Mammoth Slime, and then the rest in HP or Spadef, max attack. Enormous threat to his team. He has nothing that resists Earthquake. Mega Charizard X goes down in one hit. Keldeo's 2-KO'd, Mammoth Slime 2-KO'd and hit very hard by Iron Head. Alakazam just dies to an Earthquake, so that's cool. Jolteon dies to an Earthquake. Granbull hit very hard by Iron Head, and neither of these want to switch into an Earthquake or an Iron Head. Huge threat. He has very, very little for this. Similarly to last week, this is probably going to get a kill every time it comes in, because hopefully this week I'm not going to be an idiot and I'm going to win. So yeah, not too much to go over. Also Rapid Spin, in case I need Rocks away. Like if I need to preserve the Sash on Nidoking, then yeah, I'll get into that by the way later on. I can just Rapid Spin it away. Plus I don't need any other coverage moves. In fact, do I even need Rock Slide? No, I don't need Rock Slide. I think I had that for Talonflame. Alright, so actually, yeah, because I actually built this team. I changed it around a little bit, but I realized I don't need Rock Slide because he got rid of Talonflame for Alakazam. So I will actually change that in a little bit, and I will tell you guys what the change is a little bit later. But yeah, that's Excadrill. Next up, we are going to go over Mega Aerodactyl, making a return after not playing last week. Pressure, whatever, Stone Edge, Aerial Ace, Iron Tail, and Pursuit. Now, this is the first time I'm running a Pursuit Trapping Mega Aerodactyl. That is specifically for the Alakazam. As soon as I come in with my Mega Aerodactyl, I click Pursuit and this thing dies. I believe, let me just calc this real quick, I believe it actually goes down even if it doesn't switch out, just because it is very frail. Alakazam is very frail. Let me see. Alakazam. Alakazam. Oh, you offensive Alakazam. Aerial Ace almost kills it. Pursuit. Yeah, Pursuit has a very good chance to kill it. That's level 100. If we go down to level 50, yeah, so even if he doesn't switch out, I have a chance to kill it, bar obviously him being Focus Sash. But if he has Life Orb, I will do a ton of damage to it, potentially kill it. If he is Sashed, then I bring it down to its Sash, I break its Focus Sash, and if he tries to switch out, then he basically just lost his Alakazam. So this is a very good move to run on that, specifically for the Alakazam, because it is actually a pretty big threat to my team. It has the coverage to hit my entire team. But yeah, then I have Iron Tail. This is to hit the Cradily, which will be able to 2-hit KO it, and the Granbull, I don't believe I will be able to 2-hit KO the Granbull, but because it does not have, that's not the right area, but because Granbull does not have Recovery and he doesn't have Wish Pass on his team, I will be able to get off a good chunk of damage and weaken him even further. So we're just going to do Granbull, RU defensive, level 50, Iron Tail. Wow, after the Intimidate, it actually has a good chance to 2-hit KO. Well, has a chance to 2-hit KO. But if he's not running Leftovers, then great. If he's running Babiri Berry, I gotta be careful. I'm probably not going to stay in with it, but Iron Tail makes it so that Granbull is not a safe switch-in. So that is that. Granted, it is a relatively inaccurate move being 75, but that's fine. And then we just have Dual Stab, Stone Edge, and Aerial Ace. What do I need Stone Edge? Stone Edge is for the Megazord. Originally had it for the Talonflame once again, but I don't need it anymore. And then Aerial Ace, this is so that I can hit the Keldeo. That's right, Keldeo. Because like I said, Keldeo, big threat. If it is Subcom Mine, though, I will be able to outspeed it and hit it very hard with an Aerial Ace. I apologize. Anyway, that is Mega Aerodactyl. Yeah, once again, the thing I love about Aerodactyl, with this spread, I outspeed Jolteon at level 50, and after I Mega Evolve, which I just love Aerodactyl for that. Like, this much speed, and I outspeed the fastest electric type, well, other than Electro. But, yeah, I love this thing. So, that is our Aerodactyl. Next up, we are bringing back Cupid, Eviolite, of course, Seismic Toss, Toxic, Wish, and Baton Pass. Now, with certain things on his team, he could wear me down a little bit, but like I said, I'm going to be switching Uxian a lot against a lot of his threats, Manaphy against a few threats, even Aerodactyl maybe, pretty much everything, and I want to be able to get a slow Baton Pass. I want to be able to pass a Wish to either of those, and being as slow as I am, I should be able to safely do so as long as I don't get killed before the Wish has a chance to get to anybody. Toxic is also so that things like Megazord X do not become setup fodder. I can hit the Jolteon on switch-in. I can beat the Flygon, I can beat the Cradily if the Flygon has a Roost. I can Toxic the Cradily, things like that. And then I can just continue to Seismic Toss the Granbull because I have Recovery and it does not. So that's going to be very important. Cupid, also a very nice physical threat. Or, I mean, physical defensive mon. It takes on Keldeo pretty well, like, unless it is Specs, so will not be able to 2-hit KO me. The spread I am running cannot be 2-hit KO'd by any Alakazam set, even after Stealth Rocks. Takes on Flygon, Stone Edge does not 2-hit KO. Can take one, similar to Uxie, it can take one Flare Blitz from Mega Charizard X, and I can get off a Toxic or a Seismic Toss. So that's going to be very important. Again, I kind of want to run T-Wave, but that kind of just makes Mamoswine an easy switch-in, which I do not want to do because Mamoswine is a threat. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's Togetic. Going to be important as a Cleric and a Baton Wish Pass thing. Not a Cleric, because Cleric is Aromatherapy. But anyway, so next up, we are bringing the newcomer to the team, one of my favorite additions that I have ever made to a team ever. We got Nidoking, the greatest, running Focus Sash, Sheer Force, Earth Power, Ice Beam, Sucker Punch, and Toxic Spikes. Now, Sucker Punch is for the Alakazam, because again, Alakazam is pretty scary. I may change Sucker Punch because I do have like a Pursuit Trapper to kill it. Scarf you turn on it, you take a hit, and you do things. So I might get rid of Sucker Punch for maybe Thunderbolt for the Keldeo, but we'll see what I do there. Very good. Well, not very good, but the spread I am running is to outspeed a Jolly Mamoswine. This spread I believe is correct. I'll double check it before the match, and if anything, I'll let you know if I change anything. But yeah. So once again, like I said earlier, he has one Defogger and Flygon, which sucks at defogging. So Hazard Stack is going to be the way I'm going to play. With this, Toxic Spikes I believe hit everything other than Flygon and Charizard before Mega Evolves. After Mega Evolves, it can be hit by Toxic Spikes and it can be worn down. So actually, I might change this to T-Wave just to... but probably not. Anyway, yeah. Toxic Spike's is going to be very helpful. With the Sash, I'm guaranteed to get them up as long as I start at full health. Unless he taunts me with his Keldeo or Alakazam, which is unlikely, but could potentially happen. This is also, with the Focus Sash, a very good failsafe to a couple of things. Mamoswine can be a huge issue, so I can go for the Earth Power, break that thing's potential Sash, and do a lot of damage to it. I can stay and take one hit. Alakazam, I can Sucker Punch on. If he is Sash, I will be able to live with my Sash and then go for another Sucker Punch. Let's see, Flygon, same thing. I can take a hit and then kill it with Ice Beam, or just set up my T-Spikes. And Zardex especially. This is my biggest failsafe to Zardex if my Sash is still intact. If he gets up to +1, +2, whatever, I will be able to knock him out with the Sheer Force Earth Power before he is able to kill me, because I'll be taken out of my Sash, I'll take some damage, and then I will kill him. So yes, that is the team. I am very excited to use Nidoking for the first time. I'm also very excited to get back into the groove, because as you guys know, last week I was not in the right mindset. I had something going on, but that is over with. I am back, and I am ready to start playing well again. Whether we win or not, part of it could depend on the game, but I know that I will be playing well, and I hope Ruby is ready, because I really look forward to a good match with him. He was criticized earlier in the season for drafting a terrible team, which I can't really super disagree with, but he has definitely made his team a lot better, and he has improved, or he has proven himself as a battler. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys are excited, please check out the match tomorrow. Like I said, check out Ruby and the PPL YouTube and Twitter in the description below, and have a nice day, everyone.